this is SSLFamilyDad with Simple Suburban Living, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about making some free fuel for your fire. And basically, we've done a few wood burning projects around the house here. We've got the wood burning pool heater and then the wood burning garage heater here. And so, you know, right now I'm just using kind of wood that's trees that have fallen down around the subdivision, or things along the side of the road, or just wood that I find here and there for free. I haven't bought any wood. And so this is just another way to kind of supplement your fire, whether you have a wood burner inside or outside or whatever you're burning. This is just a way to add a little bit of extra fuel that's free to your fire, so you get a little extra heat. What I have here basically is just the bottom of a 55-gallon drum. In fact, this is the bottom half of what I used for my swirl filter in the aquaponics system. I also just have a pretty cheap shredder that we've just had around the house that we use to shred junk mail and stuff like that. Just mounted up here on a 2x4 over the top of the barrel. And basically what we're going to do here is we're going to use all of our junk mail, cardboard boxes, packing materials, toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, food cartons and containers, and anything that's made out of a paper product. I shred in here. Fills up this barrel with the paper shreddings, cardboard shreddings, and all that good stuff. And then I'm just going to fill it with water. And we're going to go through a little process and use one of these little briquette makers. And so I'll kind of go through just the process that I use here to get the pulp made. And we'll make a few bricks out of this. And later on down the road, I'll do a video on how well they burn and stuff like that. We'll do some tests and experiments. I did a few of these, a couple batches of this summer, and I used it in the wood burning pool heater. They were pretty good. So I'll kind of take you through the process here, and we'll show you how it works. Okay, so what types of things can you shred or burn here? And pretty much anything, especially my favorite, bills and junk mail. Toilet paper rolls, snack boxes and food containers, even pizza boxes. Cardboard boxes, and pretty much just any piece of paper product that you have in your house. Okay, so just as a note, you don't have to use a big barrel like this. Obviously, you can use a 5-gallon bucket or a cement mixing bin or a Rubbermaid tote or anything that you have around the house. You also don't have to shred the paper up, but this just makes the process go a lot easier and faster. So the next thing you need to do, once you shred it up, is just basically stir all the paper into the water. And it's a good idea to let this sit for, you know, about a week, at least a few days. And basically what happens is all of the cellulose in the paper products kind of starts to break down. It starts to kind of come apart a little bit. It starts to loosen up and absorb all that water. And so as you can see here, I've already got some that's been in here for just a little bit over a week. And so what I do, and again, this isn't something you have to do, but this is what I found makes this a little bit better. I just have a piece of 3/8 rod here, threaded rod, and I just have an extra saw blade, circular saw blade, attached to the bottom of it. And I just have this mounted to my power drill. And basically, this thing works really good. This just helps kind of blend it up, so it makes kind of like a big blender. Alright, so the easiest way to get started with this is just take the hopper and just kind of dip it right into the barrel. Scoop up a good load of the pulp mixture, whatever you want to call this stuff. And I found if you get it blended up really well, you have to kind of load this up a couple times to get a good briquette. The more you put in there, the better it compresses, and the better the briquette you're going to get. You don't want it to be loose. No matter what, the cellulose that you're getting out of the paper products here, it acts like a glue. So even if the briquettes aren't super tight when you make the briquette, once it dries, it really is like glue. and it makes a nice little brick. So. All right, once you get it loaded up real good, just kind of like a scissor. Presses all the water out, dump it off the top. And I'll go ahead and take this down on the ground to get it out. It's easiest to just put your feet on each side of the press and lift up on the handles here. And you can squeeze out your brick pretty easily. And makes a pretty good little brick. Once it dries, right now obviously filled with water. Once it dries out completely, it'll be a solid piece of paper pulp. So it's not quite as dense as a wood log, but definitely has some nice burning power in it. So I'll go ahead and keep making these here, but I just thought I'd show you the process of getting the briquettes made. You know, a barrel full of pulp like this, we can make quite a few of these suckers, and I fill this up in a week with all the paper we have around the house. So. Alright, so you've been able to see the process of making these little briquettes. I just wanted to take you along and just kind of show you what we're doing. It's a great way to use, you know, extra paper products that you have around the house that you're going to throw away or even send to the recycling center. This little device here is nice. It's, you know, for real basic small scale use. Like I said, $25 or $30 will get you started with making these things. But there are a lot better ones out there. They're more expensive. Ones you can make 4 briquettes at a time. I may down the road, like I said earlier, I want to make a nice like hydraulic press that we can get maybe 10 of them at once or something like that to really get going with production of these things. Because there really is an unlimited amount of paper products that you can find for free. I mean, you can get paper shreddings from office buildings. You can get paper shreddings from all kinds of other places. Paper scraps from your neighbors. I mean, they're throwing them out for the recycling or through the trash. So you really can use any paper product, cardboard, packaging, boxes, anything that you could, basically anything that burns, sawdust even, any organic stuff like that. So this little setup here has been working really well. I used it this summer to make a few batches of these briquettes. We used them in our wood burning pool heater. We used them in our campfires and stuff, and they burn pretty good. I will do a follow-up video on how well these burn. Once I get a good set of them, I'll do some experiments and just kind of see how well they burn and time them and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll kind of have some more scientific approach to how well these work. But like I said, if you really wanted to scale this up, you could make quite a few of these every month. The process that I'm using here, I basically come out, you know, once a week, shred up the paper scraps that we have around the house, let this stuff sit for a couple days, then I'll come in with that mixer and the saw blade on the drill and kind of blend it all up and make a few briquettes. So with the paper scraps that we produce here in our home every week, I can make between 10 and 15 of these briquettes every week. If I really wanted to get more paper and had more time, I'm sure I could make more of them. So they don't burn quite as good as a log does, obviously, but they do burn pretty well. So hopefully this gave you some ideas and just kind of, you could see how we're supplementing the wood supply that we have. Obviously we live in a small lot here, and so we don't have a forest to cut down, so I'll end up having to buy wood eventually if I want to run these heaters a lot. This just kind of helps supplement that and help save us a little bit of money. So as always, throw your comments and questions down below in the comment section. Please reach down and hit thumbs up on the video. I always appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel. We've always got sustainable type projects and DIY stuff coming out every week, as well as aquaponics and backyard chickens and other type of gardening and things like that. So stay tuned for those videos and subscribe if you want to tag along. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.